Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of the Carbonica podcast series. I am Alexia Mastora, Communications Manager at Reframe Food, a non-profit organization dedicated to transforming the agri-food sector through innovation and technology. Carbonica is a European Union funded project aiming to connect and strengthen the carbon farming ecosystem of Cyprus, Greece and North Macedonia. Today we are delighted to host Mario Tzouvaras, Research Coordinator at the Eratosthenes Centre of Excellence. Welcome, Mario, and thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Let's start with our first question. Attracting and retaining talent is a challenge for many innovation-driven sectors. How does Carbonica's brain gain strategy leverage international expertise in order to strengthen the regional carbon farming ecosystem in Cyprus, Greece and North Macedonia?
Thank you for this question. The so-called brain drain phenomenon is very common in Cyprus, Greece and North Macedonia. So young talents, professional scientists leave the countries to find a better future elsewhere. The Carbonica project has implemented a very clear brain gain strategy. This is done through many ways, one of which is the establishment of 3 working groups, one in each country, which is a platform for exchanging ideas, experiences between members of the multi-actor platforms, diaspora and other experts from European or international level. In this framework, roundtable discussions are being carried out. Up to date, 3 of them have been carried out, one of them on carbon credit certification and policy recommendation, and other on strategies for policy awareness and education farmers, and the third one on business opportunities and market development. A 4th one is going to be carried out by the end of April 2025. All these activities are trying to attract talent from diaspora back to the country. And on top of that, another approach is some conferences that are going to be carried out by members of diaspora to promote the activities that they have seen with their own eyes outside in foreign countries to promote research and innovation on carbon farming practices.
That sounds like a well-structured approach. Let's move to our next question. Based on your experience so far, what defines a successful brain gain strategy and what factors would motivate researchers to repatriate themselves?
Okay. In general, usually we measure success through some metrics. So in terms of the success of the brain gain strategy, we measure the number of attendees, let's say, attending these events, like the roundtable discussion. So in the 3 roundtables I mentioned earlier, we have over 260 participants, which some of them being from diaspora, and maybe it's too much to say most of them, but they are very interested to learn about the activities within the projects, the new technology being developed. But apart from this, we're trying these roundtables to promote the benefits of each country, I mean Greece, Cyprus and North Macedonia, and what they have to offer to them in case they decide to relocate, as well as some employment opportunities, tax benefits or social insurance or hospital and other, let's say, benefits that they can find if they decide to repatriate. So we're trying to create, let's say, a portfolio, a variety of motives to attract the talent back to their home countries.
And you have already shown promising results.
Thank you for this.
The Carbonica Online Forum is already live, bringing together experts and practitioners. How do you encourage broad participation, and how do you see the forum contributing to carbon farming discussion and policies?
The forum, in fact, is quite a novel tool to promote these practices. In fact, it's an online platform which members from the consortium are, are logged in, are linked through that. It's available through the website of the project. Actually, it's a platform to exchange ideas, ask questions. There are specific topics on the carbon farming, let's say, aspect, on the carbon farming theme, that people can log in or ask questions, and experts on the topic can respond quite immediately, quite fast. So it's, let's say, a platform for exchanging ideas, learning things. It's open to everybody, so it's very easy for everybody to access it. And we try to promote it through every activity we hold through the project, and like roundtable discussions, participation in info days, social events, meetings with stakeholders, through our social media accounts. I mean, the projects and the partners' social media accounts. So we try to promote this as much as possible.
That's a great approach to fostering collaboration. The Carbonica project aims to validate carbon farming solution across different regions. Why is validation so important for carbon farming?
Carbonica Excellence Hub and the Excellence Hub Call of Horizon Europe aims to promote research and innovation in order to reach excellence on a specific topic. The topic of Carbonica project is to promote the idea of carbon footprint, the implementation of carbon practice, and show to the end users and other members of the society, like researchers, industry and policymakers, as well as farmers, to the benefits they can have from the adoption of these tools and methodologies. It is very important in terms of scientific interest, but also of so-called applied research to show what application of these methodologies can bring to society and to all participants. The matter of validation has to do with the, let's say, with the value that as a consortium, as partners, as researchers or other members of this project can provide to the community. So validation in terms of science means that how sure we are for what we give outside as a product. So what we're trying to do after the application of the methodologies through a very concrete protocol is to make sure that the results we obtain are of significant value, and we are sure what we provide is correct and valuable for the farmers, which is the end user, and the public that will consume the products. So we're doing the best we can to validate the methodology and our results to ensure that this happens by the end of the project.
So validation is the key to ensuring credibility and impact in carbon farming solution.
Exactly, and this is what will put us to the excellence, let's say, level.
Yes. What are the key factors that will determine the success of this pilot project, and how do you ensure that findings from one region can be effectively scaled up to others?
In fact, in the framework of the project, we've selected 5 crops in each country that are very common. They are very commonly used, and they have a great impact on the economy of each country. For example, in Greece, we selected vines, olives, and some other, let's say, crops that are of significant value, like broccoli, for example. In Cyprus, potatoes, vines, and olives. Again, you understand the products from these crops are very significant, like olive oil, wine, and so on. And in North Macedonia, again, some cereals, corn, sunflower, so very important crops for the country itself. Now that the scalability of the let's say, of this approach has to do with how easy we can adapt this methodology or the protocol for collection of data through other countries as well, not only the 3 involved. What we try to do is to have some common crops between the 3 countries, to try and investigate what the different climatic conditions or terrain conditions can cause to this produce, and what the carbon farming practices can also bring. I mean, what benefits they can bring to the products and the farmers. So, from research point of view, it's very significant to have the same crop growing in different agroclimatic conditions to test the impact of these solutions as such. So it's not only on the consortium level, but it's of global interest to investigate this. If we achieve to, let's say, to address this issue and answer this question, I mean, what climate does to crops after implementing, let's say, to carbon farming practices, we can adapt and transfer this methodology to other countries. I mean, that's the main focus. So we are confident that by addressing this issue, we can implement the same methodology and the same protocol elsewhere as well.
That was very interesting. Let's move to our final question. You are conducting 2 rounds of field testing across 15 farms with 5 key crops in what we say real-world conditions. What are the biggest challenges in implementing carbon farming solution at the farm level?
Okay. To start with, the challenge starts from before actually implementing these practices, is actually to educate and train the staff, train the farmers, make them sure that what we say is correct. And that comes to the previous question about validation. So by giving them proof that what we tell them, what we suggest is correct and will bring benefit to their product is the first thing to gain their trust. So, this is the first challenge, but it's not directly connected to the crops, it's actually to the farmers. Regarding the crops, because they are located in 3 countries, there are different climatic conditions, different weather conditions. So when it's sunny in Cyprus, it could be rainy, let's say, in North Macedonia. And because the timing of the sample collection should be similar, it's based on the, let's say, phenological cycle of the crop. So at what growth stage the crops are, for example, we need to make the sampling campaigns at the same time. So this meaning that if it rains in one place and it's sunny somewhere else, we have, let's say, to adapt, to transfer the sampling date on a date that is suitable to collect samples on the same, let's say, conditions. That's the main challenge, that's combining the geographical position and also the climatic condition.
And by highlighting these important factors, we come to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much, Mari, for being here with us and sharing your insights.
Thank you very much for being with you, for inviting me to come to this podcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And of course, also a heartfelt thank you to all of you viewers and listeners. Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter and follow us on social media. Till the next time, stay informed, inspired, and connected in creating a greener future. Thank you very much.